Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Gul Knowledge Hub. Welcome my YouTube family to your own channel, which is Gul Knowledge Hub. Today's topic is 21 days English challenge. Yes, dear audience, we are going to discuss our 5 points through which you will take your English to the next level. Are you ready to take this 21 days English challenge? So without any further ado, let's get into the video and see what are those 5 points through which you can achieve your target of achieving fluency. Number 1 point is analyze your strengths and weaknesses. This is important. Why it is important to analyze our strengths and weaknesses? Because we have to know what is our current situation. What are the things that are holding us back from achieving our fluency? What are our strengths and what we should achieve? What are the challenges through which we are going through? This is very important. Maybe your strengths can be enjoy learning. Now, this is your first strength, that you enjoy learning books, magazines, articles, newspapers. Your second strength can be English expression. You have learned a lot of English expressions and you are using all those English expressions in your daily conversation. Maybe your strength can be English slangs, that you have learned a lot of English slangs through English movies and you are an expert to use all those slangs in your conversation. But what about your weaknesses? And your weaknesses, some of the weaknesses pointed out by me are comprehension. First weakness is comprehension, to understand something. Maybe you are reading an online article or you are reading a book, but you don't understand what is the context of this passage. You don't understand the underlying message of the book. This is your weaknesses. Maybe your weakness is vocabulary. Your vocabulary is weak. You don't find the appropriate words to express your ideas. Because it's a hard reality that vocabulary is the most difficult part, is the most hardest thing to achieve. And it is also difficult to get into your mind. So maybe it is your weakness. Number 3, fluency. Maybe you get stuck while having expression of your thoughts. You don't know what I have to say next. This is the biggest dilemma, and you end up, or your conversation end up with confusion, with depression, with anxiety. Another weakness is pronunciation. Your pronunciation is that when you are talking, the person in front of you does not catch your words. It can be your weakness. And listening skills. The last, which I have pointed out, can be your weakness, is listening skills. Yes, dear audience, listening skills are very important. Why they are important? Because if you can't listen properly, how can you understand properly? And it's reality, the best listeners are the best speakers because they can understand what the other speaker is saying. So the very first point you have to take into your mind is analyze your strengths, your weaknesses. And what you have to do, you have to take a notebook. Yes, it's very important. Just grab your notebook and write down your weaknesses on the one side of the notebook and your weaknesses on the other side of the notebook. It will help you to analyze your current situation and go to the next level. And what is the next level? Let's take a look. Write all of your goals. Yes, the second thing, which is the second step or the second level which you have to do is to write down all your goals in your notebook. This is important because it is important for you to know where you are headed where you are going towards, and what fluency or what level you want to achieve. This is your goal. The next thing is 21 days English goals. Yes, these are the super important goals. Everyone sets goal, but no one sets goals regarding English. What about your English goals? We are not clear about our English goals. When we are not clear about our English goal, how can we achieve them? Like we are blinded, or we have just close our eyes. How can we proceed? The same case happens with English learner, that he does not write down all the English goals which he has to achieve, and he is blindly following the methods, the tips and the tricks of all English YouTube videos. Believe me, dear audience, if you haven't written down all your English goals, you can't achieve your target, because you are blindly following all those paths. So let's straight have a look on the whiteboard and analyze what are your English goals during this period of 21 days. Next level is watch more English videos. Now you have to decide, this is your goal for 21 days, remember, and your purpose is to make your comprehension better, make your understanding level better. How can you make your understanding level better? By watching English videos. You can watch the videos on British culture, you can watch the videos on American culture, you can watch the videos of daily vlogs in English, because daily vlogs in English, videos on British culture, videos on American culture, friends like videos, they are super important to make you understand and to make your comprehension skills better than ever. Believe me. The next level is improve your vocabulary. Now this is your English goal. In fact, what are your weaknesses? You have to convert all your weaknesses into your English goals, so that you can achieve them. How to achieve them? For improving your English vocabulary, what you have to do? Number one, you have to look up at the dictionary. Yes, this is the best method, and learn 3 new words every day. Our next thing is to read books and to digest the words and the meanings of the new words. Next is improve my English fluency. Yes, improve my English fluency. This should be your goal. And remember, you have to write down all your goals, what steps I am going to teach you. You have to write all these steps on your notebook and paste it on the wall, so that you can have a reminder every day, every morning, every evening, every night, and you can't be distracted from your way of 21 days English challenge. Now, what about to improve your English fluency? What should you do? You have to watch the videos of tips and tricks on fluency. Yes, search out the tips and tricks on English fluency and you will get a lot of videos. Just watch those videos and you will get a lot of benefit. Apart from them, daily vlogs in English or videos on English culture, they are super important. They are amazing source of getting your vocabulary, of improving your fluency, of making your comprehension skills even better. Now, what you can do for pronunciation? Podcast. You can improve your pronunciation by podcast for 21 days. And believe me, in podcast, the language is very refined. And the 2 or 3 or more than 3 persons, they are in conversation. And they make you better how to put a question and how to answer that question. This is important. Next is improve my listening skills. And you can improve your listening skills by joining the number 1 step and number 2 steps. By watching the videos, by watching the English content, by watching the vlogs in English, daily vlogs in English. Number four, three step is very important, and how it is important: break your goals into small chunks. Why, dear audience, do not achieve your target? Because you have decided, you have pointed out your goals, then your English goals, but you haven't broken them down into small chunks. Why breaking them into small chunks is important? Because it gives you more confidence to achieve your target in the small time. And it is also important because when you read for a moment or when you read for some days, you get discouraged or you become overwhelmed. And to avoid this situation, it is important to break your work into small chunks. Now question arises, how can we reduce or how can we break our target into small chunks? The next part of the video is related to this. Now audience, it's the time to break your work into small chunks. Chunks means to divide them into small parts to make it easier for you to achieve and to feel confidence in your process of learning English language. Yes, and how to break them? You have to make a diagram like this in your notebook. I am remembering you, I am making you remember this reality that you have to grab a notebook. Schedule 21 days English challenge like this and follow that. For example, small chunks. You have to place different topics, corners. First, learn 3 new words every day. 3 new expressions, 3 new idioms, 3 new phrasal verbs. Why idioms, expressions and phrasal verbs are important? Because they beautify your English language journey. They enhance your English capability. Like there are flowers in the garden, these are the flowers of English language and you have to achieve. Next, you have to allot time for fluency, even for 10 minutes. Like this, pronunciation can be improved by watching the videos of fluency, by watching podcasts, and the most important thing is you have to review after 6 days, after 1 day, after 2 days. Why review is important? Because the information which you are grabbing and which you are taking inside your mind, they can be more flourished and you can retain those information, that information in the most of the period. Now next level is find a specific time. Yes, dear audience, why it is important to find a specific time? Let's be honest, you are very busy in your life because many things are going on in your life. Sometimes you don't find the time, sometimes you are extremely busy. So it's important to figure out which time of the day is suitable for you, which you can allot for your English learning. For example, there are 3 times: morning time, daytime and evening time. Morning time is usually from 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Daytime is from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. and evening time is from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Now you have to decide, you have to figure out which time is suitable for you. Either it is morning time, either it is daytime or evening time. As I am early bird, I preferably follow the morning time, and you can prioritize or you can figure out the time according to your own schedule. And let me write down in the comment section which time period is important for you and which time is suitable for you to allot it for English. The next and the most important thing and the 5th point, and without it you can't make your English journey complete. You can't make your English challenge complete because it is the backbone, it is the skeleton of English challenge of 21 days. And what is that? Document your English progress. Without documenting your English progress, and why it is important? Because sometimes there are many questions which are popping into our mind that am I doing any progress? How far I have come from What is my fluency? Am I doing any progress? These kinds of questions are answered or satisfied through this documentation of English progress. This is important because it makes you motivated, it makes you encouraged throughout your challenge. So this is the last and the most important part. Document your English progress like this. You have to divide it into 3 parts. 21 days challenge into 3 parts, and you have to review it on 3 days. How? From day 1 to day 6 you have struggled. Now on 6th day or 6th day, it's the time to decide what have you achieved. It is the time to document your progress, to review your progress, how far you have come in your English journey. The next is after 14 days. At the completion of 13th day, it is the time to review. What are you doing? What have you done? What are your achievements? What are your lackings? What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? Now, 21 days challenge. At the completion of 20th day, it's the final day, and you have to finally review that after following this schedule of 21 days, am I able to speak English fluency? How far my vocabulary has come? I am doing well. Am I doing well in my comprehension, in my vocabulary, in my pronunciation, in my listening skills? So you don't have to only review, you have to share it. And there are 2 methods to share. You can share it with your friend through a text message. You can write it down and send it to your friend, or you can record a video of your English. Take any topic, record a video and send it to your friend and ask him or her to review that video. How far have you come? He or she will document, or he or she will review that progress. This is very important. This is super important. And now, if you have completed your task, just tick, tick and tick. Now, congratulations, you have done your 21 days English challenge, and let me know after completion of 21 days challenge, how are you feeling now in your English language. Hope you have understood this concept, and this video is super amazing for you. So like, subscribe and share this channel so that it motivates me to make more videos. Till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Have